Why is it so important to understand the financial return on investment of coaching? This is a big topic. You've been a leader in the corporate world for as long as you can remember. You've coached and mentored others all along the way. And yet, it's always been a part of your job. You're not used to charging financially for your services. Now you're an executive coach. And how do you charge properly for what you do? You want to make enough money to fund the lifestyle you're accustomed to, and yet you don't want to charge so much that no one is willing to pay. I've got some great insights for you on this today. Hi, I'm Karen Capello, and before I share those insights, I really want to let you know why I'm so passionate to share this with you today. Before I came into coaching, I was an investment advisor in the estate planning field. I was working 60 to 70 hours per week. Wow. I was successful. You can imagine working that many hours, and yet I was exhausted. In fact, I would have told you I was on my way to burnout at that point, but in reality, I was already there. I longed to work less hours, which wouldn't be hard to do, right? Wake up without an alarm clock and wear comfy clothes, and all this while maintaining the lifestyle I created for myself. And I'm happy to tell you I've done just that. I help those executive and business coaches who have been high achievers and leaders in the corporate world to generate their own clients and income so they can make an impact on others, all the while maintaining the lifestyle they're accustomed to. Excuse me. So, how do you find a way of pricing your services so that your ideal clients will happily pay you and you'll be able to replace and even exceed your corporate income? It's possible. I've done it. Well, I have some ideas that I know are going to help you. First of all, it's always good to look at the return on investment of the coaching project to begin getting insight in how to price it. So, as an overarching principle, the return for investment for coaching is honestly absolutely priceless. And I believe that's why it's so hard for us to put a price on it and ask for the engagement. Any price we charge is not even going to be in the ballpark for the financial and transformational gains our clients are going to receive. I've seen this time and time again with myself and my own clients. Now, with that said, there are ways to quantify the value of coaching. So think about some of these costs that coaching can help with. How about replacing an employee who's maybe underperforming? According to SHRM, replacing an employee costs 50 to 60% of their salary. That's a lot right there in and of itself. And the overall costs can add up to 90 to 200%. So for a six-figure manager, director, VP, six figures isn't even that much anymore. It can cost you, if just 100,000 can cost you up to $200,000 to replace that person. In another study, up to 213% of annual salary for highly educated executive positions is what it costs to replace. So, for example, if a highly educated senior director is being paid $250,000, it's going to cost you over $500,000 to replace them. And when I say you, I mean the organization. Think about this. You can also save time with leaders. There are onboarding and training costs. There are learning and development costs. And also, there's time with the unfulfilled role. It takes time to go through all of this and hire someone. And so those are some of the costs that are involved. There's also an intangible cost of impact on employee morale. If we're working with a space while we're trying to fulfill that role, everyone else has to take on more. So think about that. There are immediate qualitative and quantitative savings that are such important returns on investment for coaching. And there are also returns that last years and years into the future. So you have current returns on investment, but There are also future returns. For example, years ago, I worked with a leader on getting a new position at a different organization. We came up with a list of criteria that she wanted, including a raise in salary, which was 1.5 times what she was currently making. She knew she was being underpaid. She loved the work she was doing, but it was also taking a toll on her. So within 9 months, she got a job at the salary she had envisioned. When they asked her, what do you need? What do we need to pay you to make this move? She knew what that was, and she said it. And they said yes. So her immediate return on investment in this case turned out to be $75,000 a year. So immediately $75,000 minus the cost of the 9 months of coaching, which was somewhere around $10,000. So let's just say $65,000 result immediately. She was in that job for a few years until moving on to another position. After 3 years in that position, the investment yielded over $200,000. And when she went to her next position, she could now negotiate from that higher salary level. So this will have an effect on her negotiating power for her entire career from that point on. Wow. It blows my mind to think of all the value that coaching can create in the world. That's just one person right there. When we start thinking about the tangible benefits of coaching, along with all the confidence, the leadership skills, and the transformative thinking that it provides for our clients, we can see that the return on investment is almost infinite. Because think about this. When she's in these positions, the people that she mentors and the lives that she touches will all elevate. Time will be saved. Money will be saved. Money will be made. All of those things will happen. It's a ripple effect that I don't even think we could ever quantify. For those coaches who are hesitant to ask for the pricing that they desire, and most of us are at some point in our coaching career, it's happened to me for sure. Here's a perspective, though, that's helped me. I've learned that there's a value to asking a potential client in a conversation about what's at stake if they don't make a change. Really being direct about this. What's going to happen if you don't make this change in the next year? And also what their challenge is costing them. Most people really underestimate what that challenge is costing them, how many even sleepless nights, tolls on their health, all kinds of things. And you want to ask these questions in a very gentle, but as I said, direct way. Answering these questions will help your potential client discover what the challenges they face every day are really costing them. They are likely surrounded by people who are telling them what they want to hear. This is most leaders are. Have the courage to ask them the tough questions, the ones they don't want to hear, but that they really need to reflect on. I see the value of these questions as twofold. First, for the coach, you're going to realize the financial value that is provided to the client both during and after the coaching occurs. This makes it easier for you to ask for the investment. You may have heard the saying, the first sale is to yourself. So sell yourself on the financial value of your coaching. Secondly, your prospective client will realize the monetary value of making the investment in coaching. This makes it easier for them to say yes when they can justify the financial value and get some of those items off their to-do list that they've either been procrastinating on, reduce their mental load for them, and help them feel the success of accomplishment. Leaders these days, there's not a big sense of accomplishment. It seems like every day they just do more and more and more with less. Give them that feeling of accomplishment. If you'd like the support on determining the return on investment of your own coaching, or how to have a conversation that shows that true value of coaching from someone who's been there, done that, because I have, and I can give you some more tips than I can give in this short video, message me. Let's have a chat about how this can work for you. Meantime, thank you for being a coach and supporting leaders to achieve those levels of success that they never even thought were possible. I'd like to help you achieve the same.